Delvitech, based in Switzerland, is an innovative technology company in the inspection space using native AI in its machines to drive performance and precision. They are an interesting and exciting company. Their technology is unique, and they are showcasing their Aton and Horus inspection machines at Apex this year. Hello, this is Marcy LaRont with Real Time with Apex Expo, and I am here with Delvitech founder and CEO, Roberto Gatti. Roberto, it is always a pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for taking the time.
It's my pleasure, Mercy. My pleasure. I'm available for all your questions.
Thank you. Okay, so you and I saw each other a few months back at Productronica, and the Delvitech booths, plural, were really pretty spectacular sites. Apex looks to be another busy show for Delvitech. So to start us off for our Apex audience, Roberto, could you take a few moments to explain native AI and how Delvitech's technology and neural networks are unique in the market?
Yeah, this is a very good question, Mercy. Let's say that the Delvitech platform is a very particular platform. It's a high integration in between hardware and the software. When we give a look to the market, the word AI is very abused right now. The Delvitech technology is really AI native. How does it work? At the end of the day, to clearly understand if a platform or an optical inspection system is really AI-based, you can give a look and understand if basically you can learn the shape or a component, or you can learn the solder joint of a component, and if you can store this information inside a neural network. To do such a job, you really need a complete structure that allows you to use the neural network at its best. Let's just say that the big difference in between using a neural network or using a commodity tool resides in the fact that you can bring a board inside your system and you can train everything that resides on that board, and you can deploy what you learned for the error classification. Inside our system, you find a lot of different aspects that are high-end technology, starting from the cameras, from the projectors, from the way of communication in between the optical head and the GPUs and the power station itself. You can immediately understand that we are managing a huge amount of data. The error classification needs a huge amount of data if you wanted to use AI at its best. The neural network that we are using are residing in the machine or can be residing outside on a server. And this server can basically assist either one platform or multiple platforms inside a line, or multiple platforms inside multiple lines, or even multiple factories with multiple lines and multiple platforms.
That is very unique. That is really something to have that level of flexibility and reach.
Yeah, because basically you are capable to continuously classify what's happening in your production. You're continuously training a brain that is outside your system, and this brain is learning, growing, and deploying more and more knowledge, like a child. No? So you get a child, this child keeps on learning and keeps on having more knowledge. The same concept is the neural network that we are using. So basically you keep on bringing information. This information are used at the end of the day to get a better error classification. So you get less false calls, higher coverage, and the huge advantage is the fact that these neural networks will always stay in the company. These neural networks becomes a huge asset for the company because whatever happens, if you get an employee leaving, a new employee coming, She will find the complete history of what is an error classification of the production. This is in my opinion, the most important advantage of this technology.
Yes, and in a situation where we find in the industry where so much industry legacy knowledge is leaving as many people leave the industry and we're trying to pull the younger people in, that is huge. With the transfer of that knowledge, I think has been something everybody's very concerned about. So that's a very big deal.
Yeah, this is, in my opinion, is the most important USP of this technology. Why? At the end of the day, Mercy, you get an optical head that is like a human eye. You get the neural network that is like the brain of a person. And if we consider what can happen inside the production, in this moment of time, inside an electronic production, you get more and more particular components, more and more particular materials, spatial glue, UV reactive or not. You get red glue, black glue, you get particular LEDs, glass LEDs, different color of sensors, very high, tall components with, in the middle, very small components, especially for EV production. And basically, the human eye can see everything, and our brain can understand everything. So what we decided to do is replicate this, no? And it gives the confidence to the customer that he can really classify everything. The other advantage is the fact that we made SPI, pre-reflow, post-reflow, obsolete concepts. Once you had to create the system to inspect the paste, the system to inspect the pre-reflow, the system to inspect pins, post-reflow glue. Today, with our platform, you do everything with a single platform. So basically, same bar, same software, you deploy this platform wherever you want in your production, and the same platform is capable to give the best in terms of post-paste, the best in terms of pre-reflow, post-reflow, PTH, and foreign materials, glue, glass, metallic parts, everything. And everything is connected to the same brain. And the same brain keeps on learning. So basically, your production will keep on improving everywhere. But you can imagine also the huge advantage for customer, because at the end of the day, he has several platforms, but one software, several platforms, but one hardware. So the moment you train your people to work on that software, they will be capable to work everywhere. The moment you train your maintenance guy to do maintenance on that hardware, they will do maintenance for everything. And these are all unique effects, very complicated, huge investment behind, but now that we are deploying this concept, we are getting a lot of funds.
Again, I think the prospect of what that could mean for the industry, especially right now, and in the technology arc that we're seeing, I think it's just really great and timely that you've had this offering. So let's go let's talk specifically. You have Aton, you have Horus here at the show. Talk about those machines a little bit. Aton is like a super AOI machine, and then Horus is upscaled from there doing AOI and SPI. So tell us a little bit about those machines.
So basically, at the show, we will exhibit our two platforms. One platform, as you said, is the Atom. The other one is the Horus. They are using the same software. They are using the same optical head, but in terms of concept, they are very different. The Atom is a system, or is a platform that has been created to work in very particular condition. For example, you have boards with very tall components up to 14 centimeters, and you want to inspect them. How can you get the best focus on top of that component and at the bottom? We created a system that is capable to move the board up and down to bring the focus of the component at its best at whatever high it is. It means that you can easily inspect a 01, 005, as well as a connector that is 10 centimeters high without any problem under the same system. If you get a board where you get one board and 1 centimeter above that board, you get another board, and then you get another board again, and you wanted to inspect everything in the same system with the Atom, you can do the job because the focus of what you wanted to see keeps on changing based on the program that you created. And this is the main characteristic of the Atom system. If you go to the Horus, the difference is the fact that the Horus can work for everything. It doesn't move the board. The board comes inside the system. The optical head is moved in X and Y. The maximum height of what you inspect is 60 millimeters, but inside this 60 millimeters, you can completely build a 3D image. You can inspect in the best way possible paste. You can inspect components. The very small component or the component that is 50 millimeters high, it doesn't change to us, as well as you can inspect glue that is reflecting or that is reacting under UV, or standard glue, or metallic parts, or whatever. So basically, these two systems are two different platforms using the same technology, but for two very different purposes. I would say that Horus is more tailored for mass volume production, or even small production where you need one platform capable to do everything. But the software is totally the same, and the optical head is the same.
All right. I know both of those machines will be in your booths, and you will be doing demonstrations, correct?
Correct. We will have there some application engineers, and we will be more than welcoming all customers to come and see both platforms. They can touch this platform with their hands. They can ask the application engineer to really show why we say that we are AI native, what is inside the machine in terms of a neural network. They can have demo. They can check how is it possible that this system is inspecting a paste and it's inspecting a big component. How is it possible that we can inspect all of this with this platform? We are there. We are more than welcoming all the customers who are willing to touch with their hands. And I'm pretty sure that customers will get a lot of fun in understanding why we push so much this type of technology.
And our engineers love to touch. They need to touch everything.
Yeah, to be honest, in the last period of time, we have sold several systems, several platforms to different customers. Wherever we go, we give the presentation of the system, we give the presentation of what we do, and at the end of the presentation, the customer is saying, fantastic, it's impossible you do all of this. So next step, we want to try the system, we wanted to come and see the system in reality and so on. And there, fun starts for us, but also for customer who gets a lot of enjoyment of the system itself.
Absolutely. Roberto, you guys are a Swiss company, but you're creating a real global footprint now. And Apex, obviously, in North America. What does that look like for you?
So basically, it's true, we are a Swiss-based company. It's true that we have one office, important office in Germany. We have a very important office in India with a lot of application engineers, salesmen spread around India. We have now different distributors in Asia. But it's also true that we have opened a very nice office in the United States, in Dallas, where we have a nice demo room, where we have an Atom system. There we have a Horus system, we have application engineers, salesmen. We have a fantastic team that will be capable to show whatever we have and to grow up the American market in terms of penetration from Delvitech. I see America as a challenging market, but I also see that you are in America really willing to get high-end, high-technology systems. And in my opinion, that part of the world is a part of where Delvitech can do a great job, because we can bring a technology, we can show what we have developed, and I am more than sure that the US guys will enjoy a lot of this type of deal, this type of systems, quite a lot.
I would agree with you. And I think just for the type of shops that we have in the US and the technology that's they're doing, your systems would be ideals. So Roberto, I'm going to end up with this. I always love to start with technology and end with technology with you. I think this technology is exciting. I love the way that Delvitech is leveraging this and the way that you explain it, how you're educating the marketplace and the unique solution that you do offer. What do you see in the next several years?
In the next several years, I see more and more deployment of artificial intelligence, not only on camera system like our platform, but we will use this technology also with some other sensors to give the opportunity to our market, not only to inspect what we are inspecting right now, but to inspect also the microelectronic technology, to inspect the chiplet technology, and to give a valid alternative to what is now the X-ray classic technology. So we are focused on giving the possibility to our customers who are very valuable to get a very smart platform that can give satisfaction, can give a fantastic error classification in an easy way. And above everything, we are concentrated in delivering a platform that will generate an important value inside the company. We are not willing to deliver a machine that after 5 years is dead. No, I'm not interested. I'm interested in delivering a technology that can become old in terms of hardware, it has to be upgraded and so on. But the value of what you trained, the value of all the data set that you generated is something that we really create the value of the company itself. This is where we are focused for the future.
That's a perfect place to end. Roberto, it's always so good to talk to you. Here's to another great show this week at Apex. And until next time, I thank you.
Thank you, Mercy. It's always a pleasure to be interviewed by you. And I hope this show will be fantastic. I'm pretty sure. And see you soon somewhere in the world.
Absolutely. This is Marcy LaRont with Real Time with Apex Expo here with Roberto Gatti of Delvitech. Thanks for tuning in.